Yeah, let's try again.
Hi, I'm Kristen Gutierrez, author of Be a Better Sales Leader and an expert in sales leader development, sales leadership development. I am here today with Alissa Lieppman, and I'm super excited to see you. Hi.
Hi, Kristen. Thanks so much for having me today. Excited to be here with you.
Thank you. Why don't you introduce yourself to us?
Sure. My name is Alissa Lieppman. I am Vice President, Head of Culture and Business Operations for the National Football League, a somewhat recognizable brand. I am based in Long Beach, California, and I am the mother of a sassy 4-year-old girl.
Oh, I love that you added that in. So now I have to tell everybody that our husbands are friends and our kids go to school together.
I love it. It's been so much fun. All the crossovers.
I love it too. So we're here to talk about leadership. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your leadership experience?
Sure. So I've led and managed core teams of people for about 10 years now. Most recently, I've been operating with a pretty small core team, but I have oversight and influence across a lot of key initiatives over our 1,000 person LA office for the NFL. And so it's one thing that I've learned a lot about leadership styles, what's important to the people that work around you, and how to lead with that influence versus just a direct reporting structure.
I love that. Do you want to dig into that a little? I mean,
Yeah, so it's interesting when you sit in on a leadership team that it has so many different roles and responsibilities. So we sit within the NFL media side of the business. And so we're overseeing a lot of the content, the platforms, the technology that you get to enjoy as an NFL fan. And one of my key roles over the last few years has been building the culture around our staff. We relocated to a brand new office in the middle of a pandemic. We had to kind of reestablish our work culture as we returned back into an in-person environment. And leadership and visibility in leadership, empathy in leadership have been some of these things that we've found success in how we can connect, but also being able to find what we need to do more of to support the people around us.
yeah, that's great. Yeah, empathy and connecting with the people and having the culture, right? Connect threaded through. I'll go ahead and say, like, you're a great leader. I know that you did recently get promoted, right? And the organization trusts you. How did you learn to be a great leader?
So I think it is something that's come really naturally to me in a lot of different areas, most specifically because I'm the oldest of 4 children. So I was given a lot of trust and been told to be a role model for my younger siblings for my entire life. And then all throughout growing up, I took on various leadership types of roles. So I was student body president in 8th grade. I was my water polo team captain in high school. I led certain student organizations in college at USC. And I think all of those things gave me a really strong foundation that I took into the workplace and I developed throughout my career. So then you take it into the workplace, and how do you learn to be a great leader? Well, I watched, I observed, I looked at the leaders that wanted to embody. I took different things from my current managers that I would say, here's what I want to do just like you. Here's what I want to do a little bit differently, and started to develop my own leadership style that I felt that I could connect with the team members that I worked with.
I feel like we could build out a whole series around this because you have so much experience, and it really is insightful to hear that how you've gone from A to Z, kind of just turning the dial a little bit every time. So, from your first managerial role, maybe in corporate, not as a sibling to your, brothers and sisters, but as your first managerial role to your most recent, what is different and or what have you learned?
Well, I think the first area that you start to manage are projects. You're an individual contributor, you're learning to establish your voice, you're figuring out what your presence is in the room. And as you take some of that managerial experience from a project base, Then you transfer that into how you manage people and what's that style of organization and connectivity, and how you start to think about what that means to not just you, but the people around you. And so now, as I step into a role that is very visible, I'm very much established as a key leader in the organization, especially in Los Angeles. And I'm also a woman in a male dominated sports industry. And so for me, I think I started to realize much more that my leadership presence is more than my own career growth, but that it means something to the people around me. It's meaningful to women, it's meaningful to other diverse staff that work and see the perspective that I bring to the table, and I take it really seriously. And so for me, it's really important that I embody the leadership qualities that I want other people around me to also develop.
Mm. I mean, you gave me the chills. Like, it's really sincere and meaningful, and it feels like you're really making an impact. So,
Thank you.
yes. And then just as we wrap up, what is the advice you would give your younger leader self?
So, the one thing that I have really settled with over the last few years is the importance of listening more and talking less.
Mhm.
I feel that you can learn so much by listening to others and being the ear that people want to talk to, that want to share. And by just showing that there's an interest in hearing them, it solves so many problems and so many issues and so many challenges that we can easily overcome by just being there to listen.
Yeah, well, great advice. Great advice. If anybody wanted to reach out to you, are you open to that? Is LinkedIn the best place?
LinkedIn is definitely the best place. I'm very active and would love to connect.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Thank you.